Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy Fromm with Mercury Security, and welcome back to the Mercury Minute. This week we'll be busting myths about Mercury being open and having open architecture. But before we begin, I'm here in Boston this week and overlooking the Boston Harbor, and I just want to take a second to admire the view. I want to put open into perspective, and because we're here in Boston, let's talk about the Boston Tea Party. Now, that wasn't specifically about tea. It was about having choice and freedom and not getting locked into a monopoly of a single tea provider. It's funny, the similarities are uncanny when it comes to Mercury and the access control world. And the message today is exactly the same as it was in 1773. Give yourself choice, give yourself freedom, and don't get trapped. And Mercury delivers on those core values every single day. All right, let's get real and talk about open, because some folks out there are saying that Mercury is not open. And honestly, that's just wild to me. I don't get it. Mercury is open. However, the definition is very important. Mercury is not open source. If you think open means free GitHub code, then I think you're missing the point. Open is about freedom. Open is about choice. Open is about having the ability to adapt in an evolving world and not have to rip and replace your investment on the wall. There's around 35 different access control solutions that all run on Mercury. That's 35 different systems all running on exactly the same hardware. You buy it once and it's yours to use across all different types of vendors and all different types of access control solutions. Now that right there is open. And on the flip side, you have proprietary solutions that trap you. They're like those hotel mini bars that once you're in, you're paying $12 for a Diet Coke. I'm really sorry for your misfortune. I was thinking about this and I was talking with a friend in the industry, and he's actually a supplier to some of those proprietary systems. To protect his identity, I won't say his name, but I asked him, why are these guys saying this? How could they ever believe that Mercury is not open? And his response, it was pretty simple. He said, Jeremy, they believe that Mercury's open. They're just out there saying that to try to sell more of their proprietary systems. That's all. You know what? I think he's exactly right. I don't know how they could ever believe that Mercury isn't open. Another thing that Mercury does that's open is we build on open protocols and industry standards. That means you get to choose all your peripheral devices. We don't dictate that. And that means that everything's talking this common language. Things like AES, TLS, Wiegand, OSDP, MQTT, the list goes on and on. We also use a lot of code that's open that allows us to have better cybersecurity and better performance for our customers. So we're open in that aspect as well. Look, we want your system to be able to evolve over time and not age like milk. And then there's integrations, which also keep Mercury open. Now, Mercury's had numerous integrations for a long time. However, we recently launched our embedded application program, which is going to allow integrations to move faster than they ever have before. But we're putting some guardrails on these. We allow anybody to develop these integrations, but we want to test and make sure that the integrations are secure and not impacting core functionality. So again, we're open, but we're putting some safety nets in place. Finally, speaking of guardrails, some say that Mercury isn't open because we don't offer our solution to anybody who comes and says, I want to talk to a Mercury controller. And that's true. What's also true is we're willing to work with anybody, but we want to work with people who improve the industry, who provide better value for end users. And if those aren't the reasons that you're wanting to work with Mercury, then it's probably not going to be a good relationship. And we want to have good relationships. It's better for the industry, it's better for the end users, and those are our core values that we just can't get away from. So if you're a proprietary-based solution or a new and up-and-coming access control manufacturer and you want to talk with Mercury, we'd love to have that conversation. All right, I hope that clears it up. To recap, Mercury is open, but Mercury is not open source. Mercury's willing to work with anybody who wants to work with us, but we want to do it for the right reasons. Mercury builds our solutions on open platforms and open standards. We have lots of integrations that help end users have choice. And choice, I think, is the key thing. When it comes to definition, when it comes to open, we want our customers to have choice, freedom, flexibility, and the ability to adapt. To us, that's what open means. And Mercury is exactly that. Tune in next week, Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to bust the next myth that says Mercury makes special controllers or special firmware for certain access control solutions. That's your Mercury Minute. Stay open and stay secure, my friends. See y'all next time.